My first recollections are 84, 85.
Yep.
So I remember 84, 85, 85, 86, 86, 87, all those finals appearances. But my favorite ever Celtic season is 90, 91.
Mm-hmm.
That season, D, if he didn't get injured and McHale didn't hurt that foot,
Yeah.
you guys would have went up against Coop and the Lakers.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, Cooper, you retired by then?
No, I was done then. You'd have had
We would have
the
had
Lakers.
the Lakers,
It would have been Terry Teagle.
Oh boy, Bird would have had a field day. Let me tell you. But the point is that like the way fate works, right? He got injured because you guys were better than the Bulls that year. You were better all season long, and Reggie was on his way. I mean, it was just made like it was gold.
Here's the funny thing about that year. We went into the All-Star break. I think we were 36-5. And our coaches were all-star coaches. And my rookie dunk contest that year, Bird, McHale, and Parish was an all-star game. And we thought we had a chance. And Larry got hurt, and then Kevin hurt his foot and kind of still struggled a little bit and lost the number one seed. And I think that's one of the reasons why. Detroit, that was that year Detroit beat us, and then they beat Chicago and got
Chicago. No, Chicago beat them.
So I thought that was our opportunity during my time with Bird, McHale, and Parish winning championship.
D, I remember. I'm sorry. I'm being such a fanboy. I remember skipping high school, right? For game 1, I think it was. Bird was in traction after game 5. So it's game 1 against the Pistons. Bird's out. I think Zeke was out too. But I remember a pigeon flew out onto the parquet floor and everybody started chanting, Larry, Larry. They had a Bruins game that night, so they put the game on during the day. So I faked sick so I could watch it and record it, on a VHS. Yeah. They were all chanting, Larry, Larry, Larry. Remember?
Game Time is just a terrific app. And if you're looking for tickets, the Game Time app is a great way to get Celtics tickets. Also, not just Celtic tickets, but also for concerts and shows as well. Plus, they have a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets to see your favorite teams play live even easier. It'll filter out all the fluff, and it'll give you incredible deals on great seats right away. You don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets and thousands of websites. And then don't forget, they have the super deal with Game Time app. The super deal is the best deal on the board at that particular time, so you can always make sure you're on the lookout for that. So download the Game Time app today, create an account, use the code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Why, it's game time. CLNS History is powered by Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup.
You know what, D? I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on to the next thing, is that my best DJ or Larry Bird story was in 85, and DJ told me this because we were very good friends, but during the season, I didn't talk to him. I really didn't, hey, Coop, he tried to talk to me, but all season, we broke bread and that whole thing, but he was telling me in 84, when the Celtics were beating us, there was a play, and Casey Jones was trying to draw up a play, and he was trying to think about something like that, and Larry looks over at him and takes his hand and wipes off the whiteboard and said, hey, man, fuck this. Give me the ball and rest of you motherfuckers get out the way.
Well, he still did that. He would have changed. See, Chris Ford was a coach when I was there. So Chris Ford obviously played with them when they won a championship and then became the head coach. And he would do the same thing to Chris Ford. He's like, man, don't give me those tricky plays. Give me some tricky plays. Like, man, man, give me the ball. And we're going to do come down, old school, you come down, just straight post up, put in, and just play. Right? You going to guard me or not? You going to double? What you going to do? So those are the days where that's just joy, our era we played. Not saying this era is not great to look at, but our era was just so much fun because there's so much competition. It was friendship after the season, and we really didn't kind of, like you said, we didn't communicate during the season. Obviously, we didn't have phones and social media and all that stuff. And again, you've been around, so many great players. You know how great players, they all have different personalities. And they all, Larry be mad because Kevin would get there 2 minutes before practice or not do shoot around. And Kevin would tell him, I can give it to you one time a day. You want it 10 o'clock? You want it 7 o'clock? When you want it? And Chief was like, both of y'all need to shut the hell up. And so Chief was like the mediator. Chief made sure he made everything calm. And you would never see that on the court because he never said anything. But in the locker room, on the plane, practice, he's always a guy like kind of kept them two from knocking each other out. Yeah,
that's under discussed. People don't talk about that. McHale and Bird used to do this a little
all the time. And Chief was a guy that kind of was a guy, like I said, he was Ag McMahon. He was a guy that, that's funny, you know what, and they respected him. They respected Chief. And that was the best thing because he went about his business. He's professional. He came to work every day. He had his lunch pail. Didn't get that fanfare like everybody else did. Was always a key cog. But to me, he was more a big brother mentor to me than anybody other than DJ in Boston because he really cared that I just, carried myself the right way.
CLNS History is powered by Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup.